All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Channel message. Someone is sending death magic towards you, but it's not the kind of death magic you think it is. See, I had a dream that the Grim Reaper called me, and so the Grim Reaper called me and asked me, did I want to work for them? So I took the call, and me and Grim became friends. And the Grim Reaper let me take a peek on his tablet as to what and who was next and why they was next. So there is someone who is wishing you, like projecting you death. But what they don't know is their wishing is a projection on their own death that they are foreseeing for themselves. In this realm that we live on as humans, when you're like thinking evil thoughts and negative thoughts about somebody, you only doing yourself harm. Because anything that you want for somebody else, inevitably you want for yourself. So it's more beneficial for you to want success for someone that you may not actually really like. You cannot like somebody and not wish them harm. You cannot like somebody and be true enough and authentic enough to yourself to say, uh-uh, I don't like that energy. I don't like how this person make me feel when I'm around them. I don't like the thoughts that I think about myself, because ultimately the thoughts that you think about another person is revealing of a portion of yourself that you have not healed. So in wishing somebody death, you're ultimately wishing that you transform to become a new version of yourself that is more like the reflection of you that is being shown to you through your sight and your observation of what it is that you are picking up on energetically from within. So to become a new version of yourself, which is like the dream, me being an agent for Grim, uh, Grim was giving me all of these secrets on how that realm that he live in operates. And so this person that's wishing death on you is ultimately wishing for you to transform and become this new version of yourself that is about to emerge. They are wishing for you to build something that has never been seen before or experienced in a lifetime. So, whatever that could be for you, whatever these magical thoughts that you as an individual are having about your future, hold true to those things. So, this dream was revealing to me that these are negative auto suggestions. This person is a relative of yours, someone that is a friend of you. They could be somebody who is in a place of authority, some sort of influence. They could be a manager. So take it how it applies. Some people might not be in connection with their family, so it might not be their relatives, but it can also be someone that you're connected to in a relationship. Peep that out. So also, I'm not telling you to go around in this space and like treat your partner in a negative way. If you really have love in your heart for this person, you're sending love. So you're getting what you giving out. You're reaping what you sow. Remember that. So in the dream, this person was a relative who went to a person who predicted that you would die. And this was on the blood moon. Um, this fortune teller that was predicting your death, they began to tell you, your family members, your relative, your whoever this person is, they began to tell them about all of the great things that you were supposed to experience in your lifetime. But this person started telling this fortune teller, this person, the things that you done to them. And I'm only saying the things that you've done to them because you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything to anybody. Again, anything that you're doing on the physical level, on the physical plane, does not have anything to do with that person. They are perceiving you doing something to them, you sending them negative energy because you are out here living in your purpose, living and being true and authentic to who you really are. And this person that predicted your death, they was just showing them that this version of you that they are hating on is going to become this other version of you that is going to do these wondrous, miraculous things. And that person was revealing their deep-seated hate for you. So everything that this fortune teller, this whatever you want to call them, they was telling them, was telling them that you was going to die. So that's the only thing that they picked up on. But they didn't ask the spiritual significance of what death is. Death, in anybody who follow like tarot or whatever, anybody knows that death is transformation. There is actually really no death here. You're just leaving one plane of existence, one state of experience, one state of consciousness, and maneuvering to another form of experience. That's it. That's all. This physical body that we live in is our first home. So this is our first time experiencing being a human. We don't know what's beyond this physical body. So this experience is very limited. Okay. So this powerful projection and suggestion entered into this person's subconscious mind because they accepted it completely. They accepted this ideology. They accepted this story that this person was telling them. And they started telling other people about your death. They started telling other people about your transformation. Get that? They started telling people that you was going to die. They started telling people, oh, I went and got this reading. I went and talked to this person. They told me that such and such is going to die. That they were supposed to do this, and this, and this, and this. These great things. But I don't see that for them because blah, 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 blah. Get that? But they was really just telling the story of how they themselves was about to die. They was speaking their own death into existence. So this relative believed that the person who made the prediction had some sort of power that they could do harm or good to a person. And ultimately, that person died knowing that they were the cause of, not knowing that they were the cause of their own death. Meaning not knowing that they were the cause for their own transformation, their own awakening. And they also became awakened to the fact that they was not knowing what they was doing consciously. They became awakened to the fact that their conscious reasoning mind as a human believes and accepts whatever it is that is being given to them. And your subconscious mind will accept and act upon the thoughts that you feed it. So this relative, before going to this person, they was very healthy, very full of life, and they lived a very good life. But they didn't know that they were transferring their good energy on their blessings onto you, because they didn't see that they themselves was about to go to a new level. So in this season, if you are around people that are constantly like trying to feed your subconscious mind or your conscious mind fear, doubt, worry, all of that stuff, if that's all they talk about, it is in your best interest to not listen to those type of conversations, because that is a reflection of who they are and who they are preparing to be. Because when they're talking like that, they are preparing themselves for the fate in which they are constantly speaking about. So I want y'all to understand that, like, there is power in the tongue. You're either going to speak life over your life, or you're going to speak death over your life. And be conscious of who you let speak over you. That's why I be saying, try to spend as much time to yourself. Tap into your emotions. Figure out the energy that you're feeling. Label those emotions. Get you a notepad. Write that stuff down. What's going on in your mind? Analyze your dreams. Sit with yourself. A lot of people are on this planet running back and forth, listening to everything and everybody, and they just letting in stuff all day long, just letting it in. You have to guard your mind. Get you some security in your mind. Learn how to take care of you. But like I said, Grimm told me that if he knew the laws of his mind, this relative, because I got revealed who this was in my personal life. But Grimm told me that if this person knew the laws of their mind, they would have rejected the negative suggestions and refused to give the words that was spoken over them any attention, knowing that in their heart that they was the one that was in control. Their thoughts, they were in control of their life. So this reading is confirmation that you are the one that are neutralizing and dissipating these projections. You are now reaping confirmation that you are the one that has been in control of your life this whole time, and that any and everything that you want for yourself is well on its way. You have to give these people mental consent. And if you don't hand over your power, your money, your time, your attention, your presence, then you won't entertain what they're sending to you vibrationally. Remember, you have the capacity to choose. So choose life, choose love, and choose health. Also, your self-image is this powerful way to combat these mental projections, that this mental manipulation, these spells, because that's ultimately what it is. Our words are spells. Why you think it's called spelling? Okay? My mama has always taught that to me. And that was why she was so adamant on us reading books, not watching TV on the weekend. Not watching TV during the weekday. only allowing us to watch TV on the weekend, and she was very adamant on knowing what it was that we was watching and why we was watching it. My mama made us write freaking book reports on the books that we read. She wanted a synopsis and an analyzation on what we was watching, what did we get from it. And when I was a kid, I was like, oh my God, why is this lady doing this? Like, what is wrong with her? But now I'm an adult, I understand this so wholeheartedly. So the power of an assumed major premise, meaning whatever major premise your conscious mind assumes to be true, whatever thoughts in your mind, whatever idea you have in your mind that you believe wholeheartedly, whatever you assume to be true, whatever you believe, determines the conclusion your subconscious mind comes to in regards to your perceived problem in your mind. So if you're perceiving something as a problem, then it is a problem. If you don't see a solution or a way out of something, then you will not get out of that situation. You just won't do it because you're not telling yourself that this too shall be behind me. This too shall be behind me. This isn't a problem. If you don't get excited when you are in the midst of something that you perceive as a problem, that ooh, I'm finna get ready to go to a new level. Ooh, I'm finna get ready to receive something. You gotta get excited for your life. Cause if you don't, who else gonna do it for you? Nobody else can do that for you. So that's my little preface before we get ready to pull a card. So let me see. The first card that I'm pulling could be the person, place, or thing, situation, circumstance, or condition in regards to exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, now this is, you know what? I'm finna take it. So we got 3 cards. We was just talking about this. Rebirth. Transition. Laziness. And also I gotta talk about that too, because laziness is not really what we call it. But, you know, in this society they think that laziness is a bad thing. It's good in moderation though. And experiencing. So again, you are experiencing a rebirth, and you're getting rid of this laziness energy, the laziness of just allowing all of these projections in your mind. You're becoming active, and you're going to be sitting and attacking all of these things that's coming to your mind. This is actually, to me, this is the 9 of Cups. Like, you're getting your wish fulfillment, but this is also like, this could also be like a very bad thing. Like, if you sit too much into this projection, if you sit too much into this energy, then you will not receive the things that is coming to you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yes, you got these comfy clothes, you got your drink, you got your slippers on and everything, but your world is gonna fold inward on you. Because you don't feel like you need to do any work. So you're leaving that behind, and you're becoming reborn. There is the human, the lion, and the camel. And you see the camel is like under the lion, and the lion is a part of this human. Now, ultimately, in my mind, what I get from this is just like, the stages of like consciousness for me. Like the camel, think of like what they use the camel for. Like and even the statement of the straw that broke the camel's back. Like all of the things that you carry around with you, allowing people to sit on you, to use you, to ride you, and you're like extremely important and useful, and like you supply your own water and everything. A lion like have to hunt and all this and that, but also can be very like resilient and strong and ruthless and fearful. And then the human, the lesser of the animals, but also the highest form of God's creation. That's how I perceive it. So you take it how it applies. And then the experiences, our life experiences. And for me, what I'm receiving is like the human who learns how to experience life through stillness and peace, the same as the tree, becomes the most wisest thing. They know how to wait, kind of like the tree. The tree don't have to sit in this energy like lazy, thinking that oh you just gonna everything is gonna. The tree is provided for, but it also isn't like a human that has to be manipulative and um and try to conjure up ways in which they can utilize other humans to serve them. The tree all knows that God provides, that everything that is needed is provided and given for it. And you become wise and privy to this information when you sit still like the tree. You learn from the tree. Like I was saying, like you can learn from all of these things. All of the animals, all of the trees. You can learn from this. You can learn from its energy. All of it is energy. So, let's see what comes out. Let's see what you looking like. All right. All right. Ace of Wands. Spark, execute, action. So it's time for you to take action towards guarding your mind from these spells, this manipulation. You're coming up with a way to execute a plan. You may be about to, this is what I'm picking up on. You may be about to move forward towards something that you've been planning for a long time. Just like in the beginning of this, you are about to get ready to do something that you've never experienced before. You're about to have a life that you've never experienced before, and you don't know how you need to execute it. You're not aware of how these things are supposed to unfold, but all you have to do is trust in God, believe that everything is always working out for you, and the way will be shown to you. Let's see what's going on behind the scenes. This card already fell up under that card, so I'm just going to use it for this. And so what's going on behind the scenes is messages, communication, talk. Eight of Wands. Like you're receiving this communication about this. And you're also understanding of how communication works and how it's used as the spell, just like I just showed, just like I just told you in the preface of this. You're becoming aware of how people are using their communication to cast spells upon you, to wish you uh your next path. They're speaking life over you through the way in which they speak to you and what they tell to you. That's why it is very pertinent for you to use your discernment, to take control of your own mind. So let's see this. What's the positive about this? That's too many. All right. All right. The positive about this: Queen of Swords, astute, sharp, no nonsense. Yes, you are in this energy. You are cutting away the cords of negativity. You are cutting away the bullshit. You are cutting away the negative auto suggestions. You are cutting away the spells. You are cutting away like all of these projections. You're, like I said, you are dispelling and just banishing this stuff that is being sent to you. Your mind, your state of consciousness is being elevated in this time, in this season. We just had that blood moon yesterday, and it was in Pisces. So, I'm also picking up, like I said, this was laziness. To me, this is the nine of cups. So, to me, I'm picking up on you're getting out of like just sitting and wallowing in your emotions and letting your emotions like run you, and just sitting on there and just sucking up what people are sitting there projecting on you, just feeding your emotions, feeding your what is it? Feeding your internal guidance with bull crap. You're no longer just sitting there and taking it. You're becoming wise to this. What's on the low vibrational end? Yes. The low vibrational end, the nine of swords, nightmare, anxiety, despair. This is what's being projected upon you. This is what the enemy want for you. They want you to be anxious. They want you to be in despair. They want you to be worried. They want you to be freaked out. They want you to be not excited about life. They want you to just sit and take it. They want you to be sitting there and not be active. They don't want you to take action towards your life, towards your dreams and goals. They don't want you to pursue it. And this is also swords. This is what communication. They feeding this into your mind. But like I said, you are becoming sharp. You're becoming astute. You're becoming aware of this, and you are becoming the queen sitting on your throne, watching the bullshit, and you being like, "Oh, okay, I see that shit. I'm not paying that no mind." Oh, that's how you feel? I wonder why you feel like that. That's how you feel? That's what you're doing. And the next, what's the advice for the next 7 to 14 days? How should you go about this? Okay, Spirit is saying you should detach. You should detach. That is apathetic, detached, bored. And it also came out with trapped, restricted, worried. Again, this is what they want you to be. They want you to be attached to this so that you can be restricted. But Spirit is saying you should detach. Do not accept another cup from this bull crap. Do not accept another cup from this situation. It could be, like I said, it could be a person, place, or thing. You could also be someone who has become the person that was drinking their own poison, that was hindering themselves from being reborn and experiencing the good things that are coming to you. So detach in this next season of your life. Ask yourself, what is it that you need to detach from? What is it that you need to let go of? Because it's not really giving you exactly what you need anyway. You're bored. You're bored. You feeling trapped, restricted, worried, anxiety, and despair. And it's also because you've allowed people to feed you all of this bull crap. And it's time for you to stand up for yourself. It's time for you to guard your own mind. And at the bottom of the deck is Knight of Cups, suave, charming, romantic. Again, this could be somebody you're connected to in a relationship. So take note of all the people around you. Take note of what they saying to you. Take note of the information that you feeding yourself in this season. Take note of how that stuff make you feel. Don't just be lazy about it. Because if so, then again, if that's what you're putting into your life, that's what you're going to experience. Let's see what we get. I'm going to pull the affirmation card to close it out. All right. The physical me is materialized spirit. So, it says, some say that you should not want money at all because the desires for money is materialistic and not spiritual. But we want you to remember that you are here in this very physical world where spirit has materialized. You cannot separate yourself from the aspect of yourself that is spiritual. And while you are here in these bodies, you cannot separate yourselves from that which is physical or material. All of the magnificent things of a physical nature that are surrounding you are spiritual in nature. Didn't I just say that? I just said that everything around you is energy. Everything around you has a spirit. How are you entertaining these spirits around you? What is it that you're letting them feed you? How are you nourishing your spirit? Are you taking care of your spirit in the way in which it should be taken care of? Are you giving yourself the things that you deserve and desire? Are you letting people tell you that you don't deserve anything? Are you giving them control of your mind? Telling you that you deserve to live a nightmare? Because you don't deserve it. You're not trapped. You're not restricted. You shouldn't be worried. I just said, whatever major premise your conscious mind assumes to be true determines the conclusion your subconscious mind comes to in regard to any perceived problem in your mind. If you are perceiving yourself to be trapped, restricted, worried. If these are the conversations that you're having, if you're walking around telling everybody a situation about you being trapped, you walking around telling everybody that, oh, this happened to me, they did this to me, my life is horrible, blah, 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 then that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to see back in return. And the only person that you're going to have to blame is yourself because you allowed the bullshit. Now, if you're not going to allow the bullshit, if you're going to be the queen sitting on your throne and cutting out the bullshit, cutting it out, cutting the karmic cords, that's what you got to do. It's time for you to take action on that. And don't give these people control over your mind. Don't matter who it is. I said this in another reading. You ain't got to wait on no pastor. You ain't got to wait on no preacher. You ain't got to wait on no prophet to speak life over your own life. Start speaking life over your life. Become determined, dynamic, persistent, ambitious, and faithful to yourself. Know that you are in a constant state of attracting all the good that you deserve and desire. And goods could be services, people, experiences, environments. It don't necessarily always have to be material stuff. It could be your physical, it could be your body. How you look in your body. How you feel inside your body. You in control of that. What are you saying to yourself? How are you speaking life over your life? What are you saying to your people? Because ultimately, whatever you say to them, that's how they're going to view you. You're going to tell them a whole story about what was happening to you. You know what they're going to say the next time they see you? Oh, now what had happened with that situation that you was in? They're going to remind you of what you told them about. And that's the thought, the image that's going to be burnt in their head about you. And they're going to perceive you as being stuck, worried, restricted. If you're not in this space of having some sort of spark and idea on how and what kind of actions you need to take towards a situation, circumstance, or conditions, then you're going to be sitting there looking like this, doubtful, worried, full of anxiety. So again, detach from that. Do not drink the Kool-Aid. Do not drink it. And check the people that you got around you. It don't matter who they is. They can be your baby daddy, your husband, your daddy, the fine manager. It can be the car salesman. Because I'm picking up on the car behind here. Somebody trying to get a car. They want to take action on going to go get a car, but they having communication about oh, your finances ain't right, your credit ain't good, and you got to be like, oh girl, what Glorilla said. I ain't getting fucked up about no credit score. I might be rich as fuck tomorrow. You got to start talking shit like that over yourself. Money can come to you in miraculous ways through sources known and unknown to you on a constant, continuous basis, and all you gotta do is receive. That's all you gotta do is receive. That's what I'm talking about in this state of laziness, being in this space of receiving. That irregardless to what a situation looked like today, It can look like a whole nother thing tomorrow. It's gonna constantly transform. You can go from one stage to the other. What is it that you want to be experiencing? Think about your self-image. Your self-image is the powerful way to combat mental manipulation of any kind. Now, this is my longest video, and that's the truth. I'm teaching that. I'm guiding you on that today. This is what this video is about. You need to make that your religion. You guiding yourself. Being under your own counsel. That's what you need to make your religion. And stop feeling like you need to go ask everybody about what you're going to be doing. What you want to take action on. You don't need their help. You don't need to ask them. All you need to do is make the decision. Because you know how people is. If you tell them you want to do something, they're going to be like, well, why you want to do that? How you going to do that? Because if it was me, ain't nobody asked you. We ain't asked you if it was you. We ain't asked you. I'm talking about me. That's how you got to be. Have a vision for your life. I'm just saying. The card's going to keep on saying it. Have a vision for your life. What is it that you want for you? Now, I'm going to stop pulling cards, child, because I'm just going to get deeper into it. That's the reading. If this reading resonated with y'all, hit that thumbs up button. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Because I know a lot of people, they click on these videos and they only watch like 2-3 minutes of it. Don't even get the full message. Be missing out on the whole gym. But if you was one of the ones that watched the whole entire video, you need to give yourself a round of applause. You need to pat yourself on the back because you're doing the work. I'm sharing the information. That's my purpose here on this channel, is to share the information. I don't really give a fuck about the numbers. I don't give a fuck about how many people watch. I don't give a fuck. I'm just doing what I'm called to do. I had the dream, and I said, okay, God, how do I need to address this? God said, okay, sit down, go sit down at your desk and start writing. Write about the dream. I'm going to show you. Pick this up. Also, I'm being guided to say, you might need to start reading books like The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. You might need to learn the Psycho-Cybernetics. You might need to read Think and Grow Rich. It's over there. I'm not finna get up, but it's over there. I surround myself with these kind of books, this type of information. And all this stuff is in the Bible too. Because majority of the stuff that they be talking about in that book, they talk about stories that's in the Bible. The tools is all around you. But sometimes you gotta be willing to sit and listen. And know what you listening to. What is the intention behind this thing? I just told you, my intention behind this is to help you expand your consciousness. to help you to dispel and neutralize these projections that's being tossed upon you. I want to empower you so that you can know you are the king and the queen of your life. This is not just because my name is Royal, but that is what my mom always told me. I want you to never forget that you are the royal being. You are the king or the queen, the king or the queen in your life. She only told me that when I came out to her as gay. So she said, "Oh, baby, you your own king or your own queen. You get to choose. That's why I named you Royal." So that's what I'm doing to tell everybody else. You are your own king and your own queen. You're a child of God. We all are. And there's no need for nobody to be up on here talking about they in competition with somebody. Oh, they got more than me. No, they got exactly what they supposed to have. Everybody is getting exactly what they deserve and desire. However they living, they want to live like that. Whether they willing to admit that or not. However they look, that's how they want to look. However they doing it, that's how they want to do it. It don't got nothing to do with no external forces outside of you. It's what you give control over. Nobody can't do nothing to you that you don't want them to do. They only doing it because you allow it. You gave your power over to them. You removed yourself from your throne. You got up from your seat. So that's the reading. That's all I'm going to say. But again, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your love and support. And I will talk to you in the next one.